Yo, yo, yo. What's good, Freedom Marchers? Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? This world is crazy as shit. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming up in the building. Please hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Hit that like button. I just wanted to talk about this this nonsense going on at Hazard High School in Kentucky. In Kentucky, of all places. Well, what's going on at Hazard High School in Kentucky? Well, there was some type of homecoming pageant, right? There was a homecoming pageant in Hazard High School, which is in Hazard, Kentucky. And, you know, there was a pageant, right? You think, okay, a bunch of little girls get together and dress up in gowns and look pretty. No. That's not what happened. What happened was a bunch of teenage boys dressed up in lingerie and proceeded to dance on the basketball court provocatively. Not only did they dance provocatively, they danced provocatively on male teachers. They twerked on male teachers. They gave male teachers lap dances. They backed that thing up on motherfucking teachers. Grown ass male teachers sitting up here getting grinded on by teenage boys. Teenage boys. Now somebody explain to me why they're not up under the jail yet. Why are these teachers not up under the jail? Well, because you have dumbass parents out here condoning this behavior and excusing the behavior. As a matter of fact, so they posted pictures of this shit going on Facebook. And they have video of it. There's pure evidence of child sexual abuse. Evidence of child sexual abuse. Right there in high school, in the middle of the motherfucking basketball court. Listen. What makes it worse is that the mayor of Hazard, the mayor of the town of Hazard, is all up and through that place getting grinded on by a teenage boy. And he's smiling, and you see the picture of a teenage boy backing that thing up, backing that ass up on the mayor of Hazard. But not only is he the mayor of Hazard, he's also the principal of Hazard High School. So you got a mayor getting that thing backed up on him by a teenage boy. And if you look at the picture, he's just smiling and jovial and having a great grand old time. And so are all these other teachers, these big, sloppy, obese bastards, getting their belly rubbed on, all this other shit. All up and through that high school with teenage boys lap dancing and grinding all up and through. Lap dancing, twerking, whatever you want, whatever desire you have to fulfill that, outside of penetration and get naked, that you were able to have that for the entire school to see, for all the teachers, all the parents to see. This shit was not hidden. This was playing out in the open. Eyes wide shut. I'm just flabbergasted, befuddled, and buffoonified. I don't know what the hell's going on in the world today where it's okay for teenage boys to dress up in women's lingerie and get to bumping and grinding on grown ass men, and not and those grown ass men not be handled in the proper form and fashion. You see, this is what's going on in your schools. They wanna bitch and complain about HRT or whatever the hell they call it, CRT, critical race theory. That's not even the worst of it. That's not even that's motherfucking fairy tales compared to the other shit that could be going on in these schools. Like male beauty pageants with boys dressing up as fucking in lingerie. You fucking douchebag. Dressing up in lingerie and grinding all up on grown ass men. Grown ass men, yo. Like what? Where one parent came out and had the nerve to tell people who had an issue with it that we don't know the proper context. Oh, well, the teachers, they were kind of running. They didn't really want this to happen, blah, blah, blah. But if that's the case, there's no context that will make that okay. That would make it okay for those boys to show up dressed in lingerie and even get close to the teachers. There's no context. I don't care what the context is. You gonna be asking what the context is of your head getting bust open, messing with my boy. First of all, my son would not be dressed. He would not be participating in nobody's beauty pageant. Neither would my daughters. But I'm just saying, my son would not be nowhere near nobody's beauty pageant doing no goddamn nothing like that. Not even the masculine male beauty pageant known as bodybuilding, right? Because that's basically beauty pageant right there. Men dressing up in bikinis, spinning around, posing and shit in front of a bunch of people. No, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people like bodybuilding and all this other stuff. It's it's supposed to be this thing where you're showing off your physique, but no. My sons won't even be participating in anything like that. Not because I'm going to force them not to, but because they're going to understand that that's weird as fuck. I'm sorry. Yes, you go through all the hard work of building your muscles and getting down to a single digit body fat and it's suffering and through all that more power to you. Right? More power to you. No disrespect. I'm not hating on bodybuilders. I'm just saying that shit's weird. To get yourself emaciated, you know what I'm saying, with no energy, just to look. I don't know, man. This is too extra. There's too much going on with these pageants and trying to look good for somebody. Like, man, look what the world's coming to. Now little boys, and I'm sorry, but you're a teenage boy, you're in high school, to me, you're still a little boy. Because, listen, man, listen. If my kids were going to that high school, I would be all up in there unenrolling my children from the high school. There's no way that I would allow my children to continue to go to that school knowing the type of shit they got going on in there. There's just no way. And how is it acceptable? How is this okay? They were talking about, it's just this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kinsey, right? Y'all know who Kinsey is? This is very Kinsey-like. It's very Kinsey-like. Kinsey is considered the father of sexology, right? The father of sexology. He started this whole revolution on sex and all this other shit. and he at some point he was experimenting and, you know, doing studies on child molesters, getting it cracking with kids, and he is the reason, right? And he also lobbied to politicians to prevent child sex offenders, to prevent them from getting extended sentences when they get caught doing nasty shit to kids. He is the very reason we're so soft. And when I say we, I'm talking about the United States justice system. The reason the United States justice system is so soft, and we're soft too, because we allow the justice system to be weak when it comes to dealing with child molesters. Let's just face facts. We allow the justice system to mete out these whack-ass, soft-ass sentences for these child predators, and we don't do anything about it. We let them come out and come back into society, and they put themselves on the registry, and we know where they live, and yet here they are living their life as though they didn't do anything. And then what ends up happening is you get a fucking Mighty Mouse running around like King Tut. But anyway, I digress. It's this Kinsey behavior. It's this Kinsey-esque culture that we live in this society that has allowed shit like this to go on. Look at Cuties. Remember Cuties from Netflix? You know, the show, the movie that no one had a problem with. None of these liberals had a problem with Cuties, right? But they had a problem with David Chappelle telling some off-color jokes. But that's another story as well. But just look at it. Look how Cuties went. How did they allow Cuties to play on Netflix? What is wrong with us? I tell you, we have been conditioned to allow children to be the objects of desire for grown-ass sexual deviance. And this is just an example of that. This is just an in-your-face example. What happened at Hazard High School is completely unacceptable. I don't understand how that building is still standing. Honestly, real shit. Like, the parents need to get together and do something about that. What can they do? Pull your kids out of school. Every parent that has a problem with that happened, go get your kids, get together with other parents, form a homeschooling pod, and take your kids out of school, man. And those parents who can stay and participate in the homeschooling of the kids, they do that. And those who work, they go to work. And, you know, the community supports each other. Leave that motherfucking school in the dust. And that's what we need to do with every school in the school system. Right? Real shit. I advocate for pulling your children out of school and homeschooling your kids. I advocate for that. I advocate for teaching your children a trade at an early age. Why wait until they're 18? Right? If they show an interest in something, let them learn. Like I talked about yesterday. You know? Because this is wild, man. I could not believe what I saw, what I had witnessed.
Ahead on the route. Slow traffic.
I could not believe what I witnessed. Sitting up here trying to wrap my mind around like who, what, when, and where, goddammit. What was it? Why is this acceptable? And that's the thing that had kept running through my mind. That's the question that kept running through my mind, is why is this acceptable? Why are parents allowing this to happen? Why aren't parents all up and through that high school tearing it down? They just violated your children, especially the parents of those boys. Did the parents know that they were going up there in lingerie to participate in this sick display, like this sick ritual? Because that's what it is. It's a ritual, right? Come on. That has to be. Where are the parents at to say, why is my child dressed in lingerie dancing all up on you? But that's after you pick your teeth off the floor. As that motherfucker's picking his teeth up off the floor, I'm asking, somebody help me understand that. I mean, are these parents okay with that? And if they are, keep your kids away from my goddamn kids.
Stop and go traffic.
Keep your kids away from my kids. You stay away from my kids. You may not participate in my homeschooling pod. Period. That's how you have to carry this shit sometimes. You got to hold the line and hold a strong position. And you got to stand on your nuts on that position and let these people know, hell no. You want to inject my children with this experimental bullshit or any other bullshit? Hell no. You want my what? You want my child to sit up here and watch grown little boys dressed in lingerie dancing on? No, we're not doing that. That's not even going down like that. That's how you have to carry it. You have to be firm. Listen, the time for protest, the time for picket signs, that shit's over with. We need to move into a new era. We need to move into an era of action, self-action, community action. And I mean a community of individuals that think like you and act like you. It's not just about the thinking, it's about the actions. Will these people have my back when shit hits the fan? When it goes down, will they be there? That's what you need to focus on. Fuck, never mind all this other shit. Never mind all, listen, you know who these people are, right? You know who these people are. If they can't get with the program, or they don't even know what the program is, they still stuck on stupid, they still believe. Listen, man, there's only so much time you can give them before they drag you down with them. Sometimes you're gonna have to cut your ties and move the hell on and start fresh. That's just it. You gotta move on, start fresh, and leave certain people in the dust. Who's prepared to do that? I know I am. You know, because it's that time. It's time to do it. You know, every day I give you guys an example of why this society is crumbling down, showing you how this society is crumbling down around you, and how we need to prepare for the cascade of motherfucking rubble. You understand? We have to prepare for that cascade of rubble. We have to prepare to make certain moves. The evidence and the signs are all around you. If you've been looking for a sign, the signs have been there. The signs have been there. They've been in your face. They've been flashing in fucking neon. Neon signs flashing, pointing you in a direction of the danger, showing you where the danger is. It's time to take heed to those signs, y'all.
Left turn at the end of the road.
It's time to look at those signs and say, all right, I got you. We out of here. We're gonna head that way. We're gonna grab our bug out bag. We're gonna grab our rucksack. And yeah, we're gonna get to trucking. We're gonna get the trucking. We on our way. And when you get there, just start rebuilding. You might not have a lot when you arrive at your destination. You might not have a lot, but if you get together with certain people, you can make anything happen. There might, you might already know somebody.
Proceed
What
about
is
2
these
miles
people
to South Van Ness Avenue.
cutting me off and shit? Like, but they'd be mad if I didn't yield to their fucking bullshit and ram their fucking cars. They'd be at fault, but they'd be mad at me. Why didn't you let me get over? Motherfucker, you didn't even use your fucking flashers. Thankfully, I have great defensive driving skills. Anyway, people just stupid. Anyway. Wow. I know y'all see the signs. Y'all smart. Y'all smart. Y'all see the signs. Y'all know what to do. There's plenty of channels out there. Get your land. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Get your land. And you might not even have a structure on that bitch yet. Take a tent. Get you some land. Buy a motherfucking tent. Buy a fucking shipping container. Do what you got to do. Buy one of those little tiny homes. Get a AI dome. Get a yurt. You guys know what a yurt is, right? Get a yurt. Get it. You can get a nice big yurt. You can assemble it yourself. The most important thing is to have the land and then the shelter. That yurt can be your shelter until you figure something else out. Me, I want AI domes. That's what I want. When I get my land, I'm building AI domes. AI domes are dope as fuck. I don't know if you guys are familiar with AI domes, but they're built to withstand hurricanes and tornadoes, right? Gale force winds. They are tough as shit. And the way they're designed, they're like, they stay cool in the summer and they stay warm in the winter. Like the way the insulation works and it's a concrete structure. And, the way it works is pretty dope. So get you an AI dome, man. Tyrant's Bang. How is boys twerking on teachers bringing you to this conversation? Isn't it obvious? Isn't it obvious? It's time to fucking leave this shit behind. Everything that I point to, everything that I talk about on this channel, eventually it leads to that. When I say march forward toward freedom, that's what that is. That's an example. Freedom is much more than that, but that's a hell of a start. Buy some land. Buy some land now and stay on it now, or buy some land now and spend a little bit here and there to build it up to make shit happen. Because they're coming for your children. And you don't want to be in the middle of this shit when they go full force. You want to be somewhere defensible. You want to be somewhere where you're, if they try to cut you off from the supply chain, which is what they're doing right now. They're doing it's a soft cutoff, but they're seeing how people are going to react and behave in accordance with this bullshit, right? They're seeing how people are going to react with the supply chain cuts, the supply chain disruption. They want to see how people are going to behave, how, if they're going to panic, what are people going to do? Because at some point, they're going to cut it off completely. They're going to take full and complete control of it, right? They want to centralize. They want to completely deprivatize the supply chain. That's why they're talking about having the National Guard drive fucking trucks. They want to have National Guardsmen people drive the freight trucks to operate the supply chain. Because we're short 80,000 truckers. Now, they're not going to get 80,000 motherfucking National Guards people to fill all those jobs, but they're going to get some of them. And then guess what? Eventually, they're going to militarize the whole supply chain in America. And they're going to have control over all that shit. And once they have control over that supply chain, and you're completely dependent on that supply chain, then they got you by the balls. You're going to be begging and pleading for the government to please let you have shit. Oh, please let me have the PlayStation 6. Please let me have this and TV and that TV. Oh, please let me have this and medication. Yo, if you need medication for whatever, you better stock up. If you got a cool doctor that will give you a few months of supply of your medication ahead of time, then you might want to talk to your doctor. But if you need some type of medication, it's good to stock up on that. It's good to stock up on food. It's good to stock up on, sanitary supplies. Because you want to stock up on your immune system. Because you want to be outside, you want to get sunlight, you want to be exposed to the elements, you want to be exposed to the world. You want to go camping as often as possible to get used to not having to being able to take showers or clean yourself, other than a baby wipe whole bath for days at a time. Get yourself accustomed to living that life. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself accustomed to being uncomfortable. Get yourself accustomed to being uncomfortable. Because it's about to get real, y'all.
To West
Yes.
Avenue. Slow traffic.
Little boys twerking on teachers is very relevant to what I'm talking about right now.
In half of a mile.
Because
left
society
onto West Vernon
is
Avenue.
breaking down and is completely fucked. Right? Morals have gone out the window. The idea of protecting the children among the masses have gone out the window. And so, and they want to put this stuff in your children. Your children will not be able to participate in society if they don't have the jab. Right? School, maybe even airplanes, or wherever they want to implement these mandates. So it won't be just you, it'll be your children, it'll be all y'all. They want to force you out. They want to push you out. They want to remove you from society.
Proceed about 9/10
Well,
mile to
if
your
you
destination.
become, if you end up being removed from society, be prepared to be comfortable being removed from society. Create your own society. Create your own communities. Talk to people. Build relationships. Network all across the country, not just in your town, not just in your state. Because you might have to flee your state. And if you flee your state, you want to be able to link up with people of like mind that are willing to help you, that are willing to take you in and allow you to contribute to what they got going on. And when you get with these people, be worth your weight in gold. Don't just be there like sitting on your ass and just expecting these to be handed to you. Ask, what can I do to help? How can I help things run smoothly around here? What can I contribute to? And if they happen to own a bunch of land, hell, they might let you set up on a piece of their land and let you call it your own, because you are contributing to the production of that particular community. Now you had just done formed a community with someone who has land, and you guys are working in concert. You guys are putting your heads together. You guys are protecting each other, providing security for each other. You guys are building a network. You know, and then you branch out from there. I mean, these solutions are very plausible. You know, it's not something that's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit can be done. It needs to be done. If you want a chance, if you don't want to end up in the Hunger Games, if you don't want to be part of the Hunger Games society, if you don't want to be part of the Demolition Man society, it's funny too, because a couple years ago I was talking about Demolition Man and how we headed toward the Demolition Man type society.
Destination is ahead.
And as you can see, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. At some point, they're not even going to let us have children. They were like, no, you got to get a license for children. You know what I mean? That's coming. But yeah, be prepared.
You have arrived at your destination.
To get the fuck out.
Guidance is now finished.
Be prepared to remove yourself. Or your kid's high school might be next to have the male pageant with men, with little boys dressed in lingerie, twerking on teachers, twerking on male teachers. Which the Senate passed a new gun grab. Which one? What you talking about? Shouting at clouds. Which gun grab? Jesse Lee Peterson. Yeah, that guy's something else. Yep, Handmaid's Tale. Which First Amendment speech amendment is up for grabs in the Supreme Court? Red flag gun grab, as they stated, aimed at military veterans, members, and people proficient with a weapon. Yeah. Is that in the Senate right now? No, the red flag gun law just passed the Judicial Committee in the House, so it's not even going to the floor yet for a full vote. The red flag law. I should read the comments from beginning to now. Why? All right. Rashad Givens was in the building. Yeah, our corrupt politicians love little kids. Rashad Givens says, I never thought I would see shit like that in my life till I saw that live stream. If those grown men want some lap dances, why not go to a concert? I don't know, man. Yeah, CRT is way better than male pageants in a high school. Alan Powell, the Royal AP, says it's the age of vanity. Absolutely. Yeah, it's sick. Grown men with teenagers is just it's crazy. When I was 19, 20, my friend's ex was 18 or 19 and dated a man who was 50 plus years. It is disgusting. Yeah, hide your kids, hide your wife. That's for sure. That's for sure. I would not be able to sleep at night if I had little ones. I hear you sage the world. Bunch of preverts, exactly. Can someone post a Discord link? The Habakai is asking for it. I'll look at that, Jimmy. Anyway, guys, I gotta get out of here. Much love, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Metaslave was good. Yeah, I stopped by. Metaslave. I stopped by Leon Grippa's podcast yesterday. Can't find some Discord links. Just I'll try to remember when this video renders to post a link to the Discord server in the description. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Let's keep marching forward toward freedom and protect your children, people. Jimmy, you funny. Peace.